Welcome back to the channel, guys. Well, today there's a few things we've got to discuss. We are back in lockdown in Melbourne and we're not happy about it. We were doing so good for, 70 days with no COVID at all in this country, and all of a sudden with returning people, it slipped into the community and it seems like it's all over. So we've got a 14-day lockdown, which means Oven Boy's stuck in there, and I can't get to his place and work on the ute, so I'm stuck at home twiddling these things, and I've got that to play with, and that's got some issues, as I'm going to just show you right here. Now also, a couple of you have probably noticed, the audio is a lot better. I have a lapel mic. I've actually got the Rode wireless microphone system, which, isn't cheap, $300-400 or whatever I had to pay for it. Anyway, so I'm trying to get everything sorted out. I've got a GoPro, a Hero 9 coming with some lenses and other bits and pieces, but they're actually at my parents' place and I can't go and pick them up because we got lockdown, we can't go anywhere, we're 5 kilometers from home, that's all we can do. So yeah, it sucks, but at least you guys can hear me now. So anyway, I'm going to just show you what we got to do. Check this out. Now, one of the problems, as you can see here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 carburetors. Now, I haven't put this one in yet. This one here is actually a 30 pick Solex, and this one's actually made in Australia, which is pretty cool. That needs a full rebuild. That's absolutely manky. This is the one that I have had in the ute for the last couple of years, which is a 34 picked with the vacuum, and that one has been cleaned out, but I've had problems with it. Now, when I first built the single cab, I bought one of these, and this is one of these Chinese knockoff eBay specials for $340.
No, God! No, God, please, no! No! No!
That's the brand there, and we could not get the thing to tune up. And what the problem I was getting with it was, it would idle beautiful, it would run, but right around second gear, it would have this hideous bog down, and we could not, for the life of us, get rid of it. What we worked out was the fuel pump. When we were testing it, we'd fill up the bowl with fuel out of the vehicle, just on the bench, and we'd squirt it, and the little squirter that's inside there, that little brass guy, right, just get my finger there, that one there, it was sort of dribbling out. It wasn't squirting out like it's supposed to. And Paul actually picked it up and he said, that's not right. That's probably what's causing your hesitation. So we stuffed around with it and we just literally couldn't get that second gear bog out of the car. So that got pissed off. I ended up putting this one in, which Paul gave me, and that took care of the bog. But the other problem is it was running rich. And it's been running rich ever since. Now, we ended up with fouled plugs every, 5 or 6 drives. And, you can see here on the ground, that's what I'm getting off the exhaust just when I started up. So it was running super rich. I did buy one of these O2 meters, which is this little PLX unit here. And that, you've seen that in a previous video of me actually installing the O2 meter into the exhaust. And of course, it's telling us it's running rich. So we know it's running rich. I tried playing around with some different jets, but, I don't know what, I haven't played around with Carbie tuning, and I know it's quite a full-on thing to get them to go from one section to the next and overlap, and I just don't know how to do it. So we've kind of been stuck. Now, I did rebuild another one, which was this one, And same deal, you know, ran it through the bath, cleaned it, did all that stuff. Same problem, still running rich. Now I'm running a 130 main jet. I have dropped down to I think a 125, and it ran terrible. Like, it was just hesitating, cutting, you know, splattering, carrying on, no good. And since talking to a few people on some various forums, they said to me my issue could be the fact I don't have a vacuum advanced distributor, because I've got one of these MagnaSpark numbers in here. I'll just get a bit more light here. And obviously that doesn't run a vacuum to the carburetor. That could be one of my problems. So I don't know, but some other gurus out there said to me the Carbie's too big. Get rid of the 34 picked with that vacuum advance on it, because that could be your problem. So what I have got now is this guy. And this is another one that I did a full rebuild on, and it looks, you know, looks almost brand new. And that's a 31 picked. So that is has smaller Venturis, smaller you know, passages. So we're going to try this, but of course the problem with this one is the manifold where it bolts on is a different size. So as you can tell with these ones, just get that thing over, you can see that's got a bigger diameter. So I didn't want to go and remodify the manifold I've got in there. So I ordered one of these guys. And of course that got lost in the mail for 2 weeks, and then we eventually found it at the wrong address. I don't know what the courier company was thinking, but they didn't get my address right at all. And just through some investigative Google mapping and pictures and stuff, we found it. So I'm going to install this onto here and then get that into the single cab and see whether we can, with this Carbie, get this thing to run not so rich. Like I said, I don't know. There's got to be some. I think the idle jet was okay. It was running right in the middle on the O2 meter, but the main jet was just too getting too much fuel in. So let's have a crack at getting this installed, and we'll see how we go. Righto, so what we need to do is, this is that little adapter, and that's just going to change it to a smaller orifice. So we have a little gasket, and that goes onto the carburetor first, and then we place this guy on top, and then they give you
butter hook.
And I'm being butter hooked today because I dropped it. They give you these two little Allen key bolts, which are flush mounted, and they go down inside. Size. Let's screw those in. Well, I've never used one of these adapters before, and really this is just a bit of an experiment to see if it's going to work. And what I'll probably do is pull out the manifold, chop off the 34 picked adapter on the end, and then just weld on, you know, that size one on, you know, just, you know, I can nick off this thing because, I don't know, to me it probably seems like it's a pretty problematic for air leaks and everything else. So do it nice and tight though. So that's done, and then the next thing now is these studs, which just wind in, and I've got a feeling they would be going in the long way. Yeah, they go in the long way. We can get them a lot further down because we're not going to need a lot the other way. Now this one's got bindy and doesn't want to go down, so the trick is put two nuts on, lock them off together. Well, in this case actually you don't even need to because it's got to the end of the thread, so we can just do that. Oh my god, seriously, got another one on hand. Yeah, we're going to go basically to there. course that's going to happen, isn't it? I figured that was going to happen. Nice and tight, so that when we go to remove them, now I probably could put some Loctite on those, but I didn't. Cool, so that's that done. That's all sealed off. Now we have another gasket that they give us, which is the larger size, that one, and then that will obviously go straight on and straight on. Maybe not. There we go. I just wonder, I might use this one here, because this one is, which is one of the other Carbies, I think it's a reusable gasket. I'm not sure, but it does seem a lot chunkier and a lot thicker, and I like the look of it. Whereas this one looks a little bit on the Dodge side. I don't know. What do you reckon? Am I doing the right thing here? Does seem like a nicer gasket, doesn't it? I suppose if it leaks, we'll know. We can just spray a bit of WD-40 or a bit of Aerostar around it, and if it changes tune, we know we've got a leak. Now, before I forget, because I'm sure some of the motor gurus out there are going to be wanting to know what the motor is. So it was the original 1500 single port motor that was in the single cab. But of course what we've done is up the specs, bigger pistons, bigger barrels, the cam's stock. So it's a 1641 with the MagnaSpark distributor on it. So everything else is stock inside internally. So yeah, I just don't know what jets I should be running. If anyone else knows out there for a 1641 single port, let me know, because again, I'm going to be even putting this on. I've put the 130 main jet in it, and yeah, we'll just start from there and see what the O2 meter says and see what the plugs say. So anyway, that's ready to go. This got a full strip down. You can see I even went and kind of cleaned up the housing on the outside, but you know, I really stripped it down to its bare minimum inside. I even took all the little ball bearings out, and all the passages, I've cleaned them out with Carbie cleaner and compressed air. So yeah, let's go and install this and see what happens. Here we are in the engine bay, and let's get little Mr. 31 picked Carbie and get him in his spot. So let's see. I didn't take the air filter off. I just want to see whether or not I can actually get this in. And I think the first thing I've got to do is put the fuel on. So I need a screwdriver. Let me get that quickly. Let us pop you guys onto here, like that. And get him nipped up. And yes, I have the wrong screwdriver, but my Phillips screwdriver has disappeared, and I don't know where it's gone. I think my 4-year-old son has decided to steal it, or do something silly, I don't know. Anyway, let's see if this fits. Might help if I take the tape off. Let's just stop the dust. There we go. So let's see how we're going to go here with clearances. Clearance. I'm not liking our chances here. I don't know, here we go. Yeah, look at that. Bloody beautiful. So she sits a little bit higher up with that spacer, but I don't think that's going to cause any grief anywhere. So, liking that. Yeah, that actually looks okay. I always put the back nut on first, but yeah, see, normally I put my hand in this side and this side to hold it, but I can't do that now, so let's see how we go here. It's down there, isn't it? It's always, I don't know. It's always a bit of a struggle getting these ones in. You've got to just do it by feel and hope you don't drop the damn nut, because it's not fun when you have to go fishing. And it's all about feel, because you can't. I should say the front one is easy because it's just got that and the nut. But I've got a feeling, yeah, I've screwed up. I have screwed up. I thought that those studs were to go in, well, I've just got to back them out. They're actually too, they're too far in. So I don't have enough thread on here to get the spring washer and, okay, yeah, so out it comes again. So undo the nut. Nut's off. Don't drop the nut. Don't drop the nut. Okay. Let me go and get those vice grips, and then we can just back them out a little bit. I'll probably just have to pull it out, I think. Might be easiest to just do that. We've got enough room there. I'm just going to back these out a bit. We don't need too much. That's probably enough. Okay, I think that's better. Of course, now we've got longer studs, so we might struggle to get them where they have to go. There we go. Now, there's another bloody problem. Okay, I know what's going on. Back out again. I've got them upside down. So these studs go in the other way. They go in that. I was thinking that that was the way they go. Originally, I did put them in that way, and then I changed my mind because my mind is easily changed. Okay. Let's tighten those up again. There we go. Try again. Same issue. Can we get you in your hole? Yes, we can. Look at that. And that is the appropriate amount of thread. So, happy days. Now, back nut again. I don't know, some contortionist to get your hand in the right spot. And then what I use at the back there, I know you can get those bent wrenches. I just cut one of these off and use that. That works pretty good, just to get it all tight. So I'm really hoping that this carburetor does the job. Like I said, I just don't know what the issue is, why it is running so rich. I'm just hoping that this will, just being a down-spec'd Carbie, will help. Because if it doesn't, I am going to hijack a bus full of penguins and go berserk. That's what I'm going to do. Right, so that bit's done. Fuel's done. That can slip on top, and we can tighten him up. And I think what's going to have to happen is we're going to have to undo that guy at the top. That is the right tool for the job. Open up that flange a bit on the air cleaner, so we can get that thing to fit on like that. There we go. We'll tighten him back up again. I've got a feeling I'm going to be pulling this back out again because I think the jets aren't going to be right. But we'll see, we'll see. Okay, next is power to the shut-off solenoid, which is that one there. And then this guy goes around the back and goes to the electric shock, which is there. So that's in. That's in. The next is the accelerator cable. Oh, and look at that. We have a problem. Straight off the bat, I think I must have the adapter must be on the wrong way, because our accelerator, as you can see there, is hitting right here. So that is not going to work. So that is a big fat fail. So I have got that on the wrong way. I'm sure someone was watching this laughing, going, he's got it on the wrong way. Righto. So I'm not going to bore you pulling this back apart, but I'll just bring you back in when it's back on again. Righto, guys. So we've put the adapter in the right position now, so it actually works. You can see there. We've also turned on the PLX O2 meter, so that has to run off the iPhone, which I'm actually filming on, so I can't actually look at that. But anyway, we're going to just fire it up now. I'll grab a couple of quick some small screwdrivers just to get this thing running. We'll see what she sounds like. Listen to this, guys. Okay, so it looks like we have some success. I noticed just after it was running, I could really adjust the idle circuit. Before, with the 34 picked, I would actually turn that idle circuit all the way in, and it wouldn't actually make any difference to the motor. And I kept thinking, oh, I've got a vacuum leak somewhere, and couldn't find it. So obviously something was just amiss with the Carbie itself. But this one, with the O2 meter hooked up to my iPhone, I could just get the thing dialed in right in the smack bang in the middle of the gauge where it needs to be, and both mixture screws worked. So no black smoke once you rev it, and you can just hear the motor's happy. It's not misfiring, it's not carrying on. So I'll be able to go and take it for a test drive, but I'm pretty sure we've got to the bottom of the issue. So it was obviously the internal idle circuit jet. The main jet, like I said, is still the 130. So I think it just seems to want to be happy with a 31 picked Carbie. All right, so that's pretty much it for this one. You can see the wife's stand-up paddleboard that I made for her in the back there. That's just going to live here for now. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with this lockdown. We've got a total of 14 days So I want to get this thing out and give it a bit of a test run and just see how she goes on the road. But I'm really happy. I can already tell it's not running rich. It's dead center in the middle of the O2 meter. So I think we've solved the issue. Obviously, 31 picked for a single port 1641 is the ticket, not a 34 picked. So I don't have to worry about those other ones on the bench, which I'm happy about. So anyway, yeah, we've got some more content coming. Obviously, I can't get to Paul's to film any more on the single cab on his blue one because we're pretty much up to date. So he's in the middle of building the motor to get that in, and he's got to buy some fuel lines and other bits and pieces to get a test run. So hopefully he's doing some work. Yeah, so thanks for joining in on this video. Tough times, obviously, with the lockdown, but I will endeavour to try to get some more content out for you guys soon. And also, if you haven't already, check out my Instagram account, DMOP Garage, which will be somewhere here in the description and the link in, I don't know, I'll try and work out where to put it, somewhere like that here. Yeah, so yeah, if you haven't checked out some of the content on there, check it out. And yeah, we'll catch you in the next video. Yo!